Hello and welcome to the restaurant show. Right now I'm joined by Nick Morse of the Macaroni and Cheese Stop. Nick, thanks for joining us here today.
Absolutely.
And we have some great stuff lined up. As you said, we were talking a little bit beforehand. What's the first one you're going to be doing for us today?
Today's mac that we're going to feature on the program is the number 5 Jalapeno Popper Mac. It's my favorite mac. It's definitely a very popular dish, and we're kind of excited here to jump in and show you guys kind of what goes in it as far as ingredients and the process of how we complete the jalapeno popper mac.
Oh, it just sounds amazing.
It is.
Wide variety of mac and cheese. Let's see how you kind of start putting this together.
Just like we've done before on the show, and just like with every other mac, we start with our basic elbow macaroni and add our homemade cheese sauce to that. Cheese and more cheese. That's what we do. We want to make sure we have a nice even coat on the top.
Typical Wisconsin dish here, just loaded up with cheese.
We've been told that it's definitely rings Wisconsin. Okay, so we just make sure we have a nice, good coverage across all the noodles. Our ridges on the elbow macaroni does a great job holding onto that cheese sauce and a nice even distribution of cheese sauce so no noodle is left out. First then we take our pepper jack cheese. Like I said, it is jalapeno popper, so it definitely has a little bit more of a kick than some of our Macs, and we just lightly sprinkle that pepper jack cheese over the top. This will give it, like I said, a little kick. Also kind of makes a nice little crust on the top once it gets cooked in our oven. And from there, we will add the main ingredient, the most important one, the jalapenos. Again, we want to make sure this is just a nice even distribution so that every single bite you get, you feel that that nice little kick from the jalapeno. Yes, exactly.
And pepper jack, wow.
Garlic breadcrumbs go on the top. Again, add a little bit more of that crust, a little more flavor to it. And then we have cream cheese goes on top. Again, we're kind of trying to emulate that jalapeno popper if you ever had one of those. And then finally, the most important ingredient, bacon.
Bacon makes everything better.
It makes everything better, it does.
So when you were putting this together, was there an inspiration behind it than the obvious jalapeno popper, or?
Well, that's kind of what it was. We were trying to figure out some of our favorite food.
Sure.
Whether it's pizza, burgers, whatever it is, and we came across jalapeno popper, one of my favorites. And so we kind of broke down the ingredients in a jalapeno popper.
Okay.
The breading, so we have that with our garlic bread, the cream cheese on the inside, which we put on top, the bacon, and obviously the jalapenos. And then we mix that in with our noodles, our cheese sauce, and it gets a nice, rich, consistent taste.
So just the way to make a full meal almost out of, an appetizer.
That's pretty much where it started.
So with the spicy, you mentioned, you and I are big fans of that. You have any other other spicy macaronis on the menu?
Yeah, our buffalo chicken mac, our chipotle chicken mac, and our taco mac. Those 4, along with this one, kind of comprise our spicier macs that we have.
So bold.
Yes, exactly. And we'll put this in the oven and bring out with our toasties that each mac gets, our homemade toasted bread that we put on there. And you can see right here the cream cheese crisped up a nice little bit. The jalapenos are now inside the mac. So every bite that you have, you're going to get some cream cheese, pepper jack, bacon, and jalapenos. And
you can see the nice little crust on top that you mentioned before.
Yep.
That looks absolutely fantastic.
We definitely like the crust around the ridge on the top. Gives it that nice little bite to it. So every bite, you're kind of getting that taste of a jalapeno popper.
Okay, that looks great. And we also have a healthier option you brought along today too, correct?
Not to say anything too bad about the jalapeno popper, but yes, we do have salads. We have 3 different wedge salads. We have a garden wedge, which is what we have here today featuring just your basic garden wedge, iceberg lettuce, onion, tomato, mushroom, mozzarella, and cheddar cheese. And then again, it gets 2 of our kind of crouton or toasties to go with it.
So with all the different kinds of salad you can make, what's the reason you might have gone with a wedge over something else?
Just kind of sticking with the theme of being a little more unique, specializing just in mac and cheese. We have our melts, which are grilled cheese sandwiches too. We wanted our salads to kind of have their own distinct identity too. So we went with wedges. We went with a garden wedge, a taco wedge, and a BLT wedge.
So you got a variety of the wedge salads.
Yeah, we have 3 wedge salads, all very popular. Some people will use this, they'll split the wedge together, maybe they're getting mac and they want to go with the salad before. Maybe they're just not feeling like a mac or melt and they opt for the salad as their entree. Either way, we see it a lot with all of our guests.
So I know what I do. Do you see a lot of that where a couple come in and get 2 different items, just split them down the middle? That's what I...
Yes, absolutely. I know. We've always talked we need to invest in more of these some lazy Susans at the restaurant, because we see a lot of sharing where people are splitting. We're handing out extra skillets and they're scooping up, you know, splitting it down the middle, half jalapeno, half maybe the Memphis Mac or a chicken bacon mac. Just kind of whatever people's tastes are.
Kind of fancying that, they make it more of a party atmosphere.
Yes, absolutely.
Any other items you want to mention while we got you in here today?
As I said, we have our 12 specialty Macs, always kind of running different specials once in a while. Our 3 wedges that we highlighted, and then we also have our 6 melts, which are our grilled cheese sandwiches. We have a patty melt, and then we also have a couple with the different mac and cheeses toppings that we have on our Macs go inside our melts.
Grilled cheese with macaroni.
The toppings, not the mac and cheese inside. That might be a little too crazy.
Messy.
Yeah, we'd have some angry cooks at the restaurant if we were doing that.
Imagine. And you have 2 locations, correct?
Yes.
Wisconsin Dells, Sun Prairie.
Yep.
Both open.
All the
You
time.
can go visit them.
7 days a week. Sun Prairie opens every day at 10:30. Wisconsin Dells opens every day at 11.
Wow. And also, I noticed you guys do catering as well if someone were so inclined.
Yes, we do. We love to cater office parties, graduation parties coming up, whatever it is. We can do any of our 12 Macs, our wedge salads. You can definitely do that on the road, bring that to you, or you can pick it up. Whatever it is, we are very accommodating. Just call into one of the stores, whichever one you're closest to, and we'll see what we can do for you in your group, and hopefully, you know, bring a little mac or salads or melts to your party.
Oh, that sounds great. Nick, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Absolutely.
Nick Morse from the Macaroni and Cheese Shop. We'll be right back with more of the Restaurant Show.